Hi, I'm Kitty from Totally Beads and I'm so excited what we're launching this week. We have found these diamond strips. Well, they weren't strips when we found them. They were massive, huge sheets and we had the factory to cut them up to smaller pieces. They are perfect for bracelets and chokers. They come in two different finish. So you got your diamond finish, which is like just little crystals, like thousands of little crystals glued down on the sheet. And then we got the stardust one, when you got your micro beads and the crystals glued down onto the sheet. They give a slightly different look, but they're both super sparkly. You can make them a bracelet in like under 10 minutes really. It's really, really easy. I will show you how to do them. So to make your lovely bracelet, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a clasp, which we have in two different sizes for the two different strips here. One of them is wider. You're going to need the Alcantara, which is like an Italian faux leather. They're just so lovely. They got a feel of a real leather, like suede leather, but they're not real. They're really great to wear. You're going to obviously need your diamond strip and you're going to need a glue. Now, glue wise, use the glue what you most comfortable with. I love the Gorilla Super Glue Gel because it dries very, very quickly, and it's not like using a liquidy super glue sometimes is not the best because it will seep into the fabric itself and it won't be great. It might come through on the other side. So either a gel glue or a silicone glue like an E6000. We sell this on the website as well. Now with this one, it will have to leave it to dry overnight and then glue the ends in, because first you need to glue the diamond ribbon down to your Alcantara. So if you do this, and if you use the E6000s when it takes a long time to dry, once you glued your crystals down to your Alcantara, put both of them around the rounds or cylinders object, anything will do, maybe a can of baked beans or anything you got at home, just sort of to put it around it so it dries in the right shape. Because with the silicone glue it can cup it up after drying. But I'm going to use the gel glue today for you because that dries very, very quickly. So both of your diamond ribbon and the stardust one is going to come in a little plastic sleeve. You just need to take it out. You need to decide if you're going to do a long one or if you're going to do like a double wrap bracelet, or if you're going to do a choker, it's long enough to do a choker, or if you're going to do like a couple of bracelets. We have put this together in kits where it comes with the backing fabric, the Alcantara, and it comes with two clasps as well on the website, enough to make two bracelets. And I got quite chunky wrist and it was still enough for me to make two bracelets. So what I'm just going to do here, I'm going to fold this in half and cut it. So I got two equal lengths. Now, as you can see, within the little diamonds, they are little micro beads as well as a decoration. Because these be made from really big sheets, you can either decide just to leave it as it is, or I like to trim one of the micro beads off from one side, but we'll do that later after we glued it down, so it's exactly the same on both sides. So to glue it down, I apply the glue on the back of the diamond ribbon itself. You just take your glue. I make sure first I apply it around the edges so I get a good coverage everywhere. So you have, it's not gonna come out or you're not gonna come up. At this point I can still just sort of tack it down with my other hand because there is no glue there yet. I'm just going around the edges. And then I'm going to do a few dots in the middle going down, so that will be nice and glued down as well. Now, instead of picking this up and trying to turn it over and put it in your Alcantara, just pick up your Alcantara. Now the Alcantara's got back and a front, but it looks pretty much the same. It doesn't matter which side you use. When you feel it, the side which you want to contact with your wrist is the more silkier, softer side, and the back of it is more sort of a denser side. So I'm just going to line this up. I need to leave about a centimeter on this side, because we're going to have to fold the ends over later on. So I'm just going to line it up and pop it over so I can't see it at all. Press it down and then turn it over. Now pop this to the side and leave it to dry. Now until this is dried a little bit, I'm going to do the other one for you, the silver one for you. This is a slightly different material because this it's a different pattern, really, not different material. It's still got the micro beads and the crystals on there, but in a different configuration. So this one, I love this one. Okay, just open this up. Again, this one is a little bit longer. Comes in a little bit longer length because it's wider as well. So the crystal one, that will be about 39 centimeters in length, and this one is about 41 centimeters in length. So I want to do the same size as here, so I'm just going to quickly measure it to this. But if you know your size, or if you know that what size your wrist you want to be, then just measure it to that side. Don't forget the clasp, not gonna add you a huge length, because you're gluing the ends right in there. So maybe it gives you half a centimeter, if that. So I cut my Stardust ribbon. Get rid of this on the side. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to go over the edges first. I'm going to go over the edges, applying the glue. All the way down, and then once I did the edges, I'm gonna put some in the middle. So it's exactly the same process for both of the kinds. Just adding your glue. Again, I'm not going to pick this up. I'm going to take the Alcantara, see which side I want to be contact with my skin and which side I want to glue. This is the softer side, so I'm going to leave that side up, leaving about a centimeter at the end, and I'm just going to press it right on it, making sure I can't see any of it coming through. Again, I'm going to put this to the side and let it to dry for a few minutes, and then I will be back showing you how to attach the ends. So once you glue dry, you need to cut around your diamond strip. You need to leave a little bit on the end, what we're going to fold over later on when we're gluing the ends in. So I usually start by, well, I cut the rest of that because I don't need that length. So leaving just another centimeter, I'm removing the end. And I'm going to go along all the way on the edges on both sides and just trim it up so it's exactly the same size as your diamond ribbon. Now we give the Alcantara, what you're getting in your kit is a bit wider than your ribbon, and we did this deliberately so you can comfortably glue it down and you can comfortably, like, you know, use it, so you don't have to be worried that you're going to be outside of one of the edge or the other. And I'm going to do the other side. Now, as I said, I haven't got the little micro beads on this side, so I'm going to cut them off as I go along on this side as well. So I've got a nice matching side. You don't have to, you can leave it as it is. It's entirely up to you. I'm just cutting along. Now the scissors I'm using just normal, well, I think they're craft scissors, but I use them for beading all the time because, like, they're nice and neat, and then they haven't got a very, they got a pointy end but not too pointy, so I don't have to be worried by stabbing myself with it. Just going all the way down. I'm almost down. Now the thing I did with this, when I designed this kit and when actually I found this product and sourced it, I wanted to make sure that your ribbon and the alcantara is a little bit wider than the clasp, and I'll show you what I mean here. So I'll show you this one what I glued in. If I would have chosen the same size, that would have been like 2 crystals less on either side to fit the hole in the clasp, but then your clasp would have been further out from your from the edges of your ribbon, and I really wanted this to be flush because I think those little things are what give you the professional finishes. So I made sure this is a little bit wider than the opening on your clasp. So what you're going to have to do to fit it in, you need to go in and cut one row of crystals from the first row, but only 1, 2, 3, because that's how much going into your clasp. So it's neatly fits in, the rest neatly fits in there, and this side you're gonna sort of, the edge gonna come out a little bit and cover the extra little bit of the, you know, the thickness of the clasp, the thickness of the material. Just cut it on this side as well. Again, I'm going lengthwise. I'm cutting it off. I do this on both sides, and I need to do it on the other, the Stardust one as well. I'm going to glue this in first for you. So again, going 1, 2, 3 crystals on the first row, and just cutting it out like a little strip. If you have jewelry pliers, you can use that as well because there's more precision with them. It doesn't really matter. So you're going to glue the end in, and you're not going to see it. So virtually 3 rows of this crystal is going to go inside the clasp itself. So what I want to do now is to make sure that I want to fold this over so it nicely fills the clasp as well, and you get a better, the glue will react better to the material inside the clasp, inside the metal clasp. So I'm just folding it over, and I'm going to trim this down because I don't want any ends hanging out. So it's just getting to the 3rd row of those crystals. I just got like a little flip, which I'm going to flip over and glue in. I'm going to do that on both sides. Just like that. And then I'm going to glue it into the clasp. So gluing it in, I'm going to add a dash of glue to the last row of crystals, and I'm going to fold the alcantara over on top of it, just like so. And then I'm going to turn it and add a little bit of, just a little run of glue on the very outer edge of it. And I'm going to push this inside the clasp. And if you hold it for a few seconds, if you're using a super glue, that will be, so it will tack it and it will hold it while you're dealing with the other side. So on the other side as well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the last row of crystals. I'm going to fold this over, just hold it down with my nail for a second, and add glue on the outer edge, just like that. Now when you're gluing your other end in, don't open the clasp and try to glue in, because you can get mixed up like what side you're gluing it in, and you might, I did it before, believe me, that gluing it into the wrong way. So I always make sure now that when I'm gluing the other end in, my clasp is closed, and then push it in, and that's it. Hold it for a few seconds and it should tack enough, and then I will open my clasp up and just put it down on my work surface, let it to dry. Now you do exactly the same with this one. Again, I'm going to cut just a centimeter above, so I got enough to fold over there. Again, you're going to cut along the edge, both sides, and again, what you're going to do is to the same amount what you cut for the crystals, which is probably about 2 millimeter by, I would say, about 6-7 millimeter. You're going to cut in to create the edge for the clasp itself. I'm going to do the same on this side, doing the same process, again cutting it out. I'm not gonna glue this in for you, I'm gonna let you go, but just show you the same process. You're gonna fold the ends over and then you're gonna glue in your clasp. This one is taking a wider clasp, and that's it. That's all you need to know. And you got a lovely bracelet, and it's taken you probably about 10 minutes to make. So here's the one which is dried I wore earlier. I love this one. It's really, really sparkly. And this diamond one comes in 9 different colors. So if I just pull them in, I love this is the hematite black diamond color. You got like a really deep navy blue. You got this sapphire blue. I love this one. Or like the aqua. This is the sort of things which is like satisfy your inner magpie. You just want to put it down on the table and you just want to look at all the different sparkles. The AB is gorgeous as well. This aubergine color, and I love the aubergine color because it goes with many different outfits. The red is great. We got like a crystal clear on the white, or the black, and in the stardust version again you get lovely different colors. I love this one. Now this one is a little bit see-through because the way had a color work with this one. So when you're gluing this one down, this nudie color, don't spread too much glue on it because you don't want the glue to see through. The other one's got like a black backing, so for those one doesn't matter. I love this russet color and silver. I love this one as well, and obviously my favorite is the navy blue again. So no matter which color you choose, they're gonna look perfect. You can make, don't forget, you can make a choker if you do the whole of the length, or you can make a couple of bracelets out of each strip. The kit on our website does come with the strip itself, the Alcantara, and a couple of clasps. If you want to I think it's available for you to buy separately as well. So if you want to mix and match, if you want to do different things. But don't forget, this is great for other craft projects as well. So if you want to make really fancy candles, you could glue some of them around candles at your home, or you could do like, you know, just to decorate or items what you already have in your home. So thank you for joining me for this video, and I hope to see you in your sparkly makes very soon. Bye!